Rightio, another day in paradise here. It's a lazy old Saturday morning, and I've just come to do a bit of general work on the mr2. Nothing really planned. I'm just going to take it easy. I've got my safety footwear on, and it's warm, and we've got a bit of stuff going on in the shop today. We have a C34, bit of an ugly car, but sort of cool ugly. We've got the race boats are all starting to turn up now. We've got this little, I don't know what you'd call it, little hydroplane thing. Getting a black top 20 valve put in it. This is just a mock-up motor. So that's getting put in, mounts made to get put in, and it's going to be racing for the second half of the season, I think. Funny things, these boats. Anyway, mr2 ready to go. Got the diff out of the dart. Getting the springs reset because the RCN's are dragging a bit, so that's all good. We've got big hydroplanes coming in. This is the motor for it. It's a VG 30D quad cam motor, dry sumped, cam to the hell. Yeah, they're strange setups. It's a whole lot of motor there, if you're into that sort of thing. Sitting on 9,000 all day. Okay, so for today, I think what I'm going to do is, I'll just show you what I've done under here. These two mounts here and there are supports for the seat mount. In this flat floor, they were quite flimsy, so I've reinforced them up to the, let's try and get a bit of light, up to the side of the tunnel. These big long bolts are ugly. They're just ones I headline around just to get the thing all set up. So it's made a big difference. The floor's now nice and strong. Doesn't flex anymore for the seats, so I'm happy with that. What else have I done? I've remounted my handbrake, and in doing so I've had to reinforce the floor where I had to put a new handbrake lever mount. So that's cool. So today what I'm doing is I am going to have a look at my pipe work for the radiator there and there, and how it runs down the tunnel all the way to the back, and somehow we've got to get it up into the engine. So that's my project. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I found the original pipes that come under the car. They're quite nice pipes. They're stainless, lightweight, thin wall. Pretty nice little pipes. Is that going to focus? There we go. Anyway, so I've had to cut them off here at the back of the car because they sort of disappeared up into the exhaust and stuff. So I've just chopped them off there just to see what happens. I've got a plan to get them up into the engine bay. There's not much room as usual. But anyway, now at the front here I've used a combination of what was original and bits and pieces, and what I've done is I've used the original rubber lines that run from the radiator. They used to run from the radiator, turn them around backwards, and they sort of come up, and here we go. I've routed them, left the tab on that one there. I'll riv nut it to the firewall for spacer. Same with this one, exactly the same, mirror image. I've just put two 90-degree elbows there and there. So the whole thing runs nice close to the firewall, misses everything, doesn't rub anything. We've got a flexible joint from here to there, and everything's looking pretty good. So I'll just sort out what I'm going to do with the back end here, and over here, and take them off and weld them up. Cool. There you go. As always, I've been slack, but I've been getting stuff done in the car department, but not the actual filming department. But so I thought I'd give you a rundown of what I've been up to. Things are moving along pretty well, as you might be able to see, but I'll show you the details. I'll give you a quick rundown of what I'm up to. Cool. Go. Now I know the lighting's pretty bright just here, but as you can see, I've stripped this damn car right down to nothing. And also it's got nice glossy paint all over it. Now this is just I've painted the whole car top to bottom the same colour. As you can see, it's all done. I even painted the roll cage the same colour because I couldn't be bothered masking it off. But to get it to this stage was quite an effort. Took me a day to strip it down. I left the windscreen in, left the rubbers around the windscreen because I don't like masking. I don't like pulling windows out. Haven't had very much good luck. But I've stripped it, painted it. I even painted, you know, the whole car. And I've even started to reassemble it. It's a little bit high, but there's our fuel tank all done and mounted. It's got a vapor fuel separator on top there with a rollover valve. Got a fuel sender there, aftermarket gauge. We've got our intercooler in, our piping all done and hooked up. You can't see this side. No, but everything's sort of getting clean nicely as it goes in, getting ready to go. I've got my ducting all done. It's got dirty fingerprints all over it, but well, you won't even be able to see any. Here's our V-mount setup. Radiator at the bottom, exiting out the bottom. Intercooler out the top. It's close to being sealed up around the edges there. Not quite, but it's close. I could put some foam stripping or something down it. But we've got an intake there which fits the grill of the front nose cone, and I've got the ducting to go. That's it over there, which bolts to the top of the intercooler and matches up with the bonnet. So yeah, I'm doing the big, starting to do the reassembly, which is really quite satisfying. I've got everything done, roll cages in, welded in properly, painted all the dashboard behind there. As you can see, there's little bits that I've missed here and there, but where I've masked not well enough. And I've got my, I'll come around the other side, this light is awful. I've got my mounts welded onto my cage for the seat belt, so I don't have to have that bar that runs from one side to the other. And I talked to the certifier, he said that would be adequate. It's 8mm thick gauge flat, and everything's all good. Engine bay, everything's sealed up in here, everything that's been cut and modified. Where the roll cage has been welded to the strut towers, it's all cleaned up nicely, under sealed, and solid as. So yeah, there we go. So today all I'm doing is a bit of assembly. I've made 90% of the parts, so a lot of it's just sort of finishing off and assembling nice and cleanly. But as you can see, I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of an update. I've got all my bits laid out. I haven't painted my panels yet. painting that, all of that took long enough. But I've got all my panels laid out, doors, bonnet, rear guards, roof, rear guards. So yeah, I've got all this stuff, all this shelf here, put stuff back in, and just slowly but surely, that's big. And I've got the lump of a mock-up motor here that I've removed with the mock-up auto. Gee, that lighting is awful. So I haven't actually got a motor to put in it. I've got half a motor. So once this car's sort of semi back together, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and actually assemble a motor, a proper motor that will run. And we'll see how we go. Funds and that, with my funding, I might just assemble a standard motor with these fancy heads on it, just to get the thing running on very low boost, and just to make sure everything's going to work, like the auto system and everything, and then save up my money for a forged build. But just to get it running and wired and everything working, I'll be running a just a basic motor, I think, at this stage. So yeah, I've made lots of stuff since the last time I seen you, but now it's time to actually reassemble and put it all together. That exhaust pipe is short, so yeah, here we go.